Who's recording again?
I'm recording.
Who are you?
Oh my god,
Okay, dude.
killer.
Come on, man. Alright, BJ, start us up.
Alright, so welcome to the still unnamed NBN Podcast. I'm
The
host
NBN
today.
Podcast. You just called it that.
We need a better. I'm saying we need a better. Okay, so we've got like 7 people here today. So we're just gonna do the introductions and everyone say a few words so we'll know what your voice sounds like. We've got Basketball is Life here.
Playoffs, Denver.
We've got Cheppy here recording for us today.
Hello?
We've got Killer here for Comic Relief.
Buddy.
We've got Kyle here, who's probably going to leave in about 5 minutes.
So
You're so lame, bro.
We've got Michael K, whose voice is going to lag every 2 sentences.
Keep the haters hate.
And then we've got K-Man, who is currently watching cricket.
yeah, it's not looking good right now. But just so you know, KCP is on the trade block.
Yeah, we didn't need to know that.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I just want
got
everyone to
something
know.
to say.
I just want
have to
people
say
to
something,
know.
guys.
Okay.
My phone's about to die, so if I disappear, that's why.
Oh, thank goodness.
I don't think anyone was worried.
Oh my God.
All right. Now that the roast session is underway, we can talk about the trades. So we're going to start off with the Jimmy Butler trade. I think Chicago's gone 0-6 since they made this trade. But the trade was Jimmy Butler, Tony Snell, and Shaquille Harrison for T.J. Warren, Kenneth Faried, a second, and a 2021 first.
I mean,
So,
the
yeah.
East, it's a tight race, so as an Eastern Conference team, you have to make risks to improve your team.
Bulls
Try
have
and
lost
win
6
games.
straight, right?
You know, it's
Yeah,
a
Yes.
chance again.
lost 6 in a row. Yeah.
That is what, yeah, okay.
I think it's weird that you would trade a player and then trade back for him on the same contract and with the same team. It's just like, if you were to compare the two trades,
Not just that, but then they suck with him when they trade for him back. Like, he's for sure out the door, right?
yeah, I mean, are they out of the playoffs right now? Or
Yeah, they are.
They're the 10th
if
seed
they miss the
right now.
playoffs, then he's gone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Indiana's the 6th seed
No, but even
Indiana's
or the
8th.
8th seed. I mean,
let's say they get the 8th seed. How promising is it to Jimmy Butler? Like, hey, we traded you once, we just made it to the 8th seed, lost him.
I mean, if they can compete with the Cavs, maybe.
I'm gonna sweep their ass, bro.
Did you sweep them last year, too?
Yep.
yeah,
Part
that was a
2.
different team. That was a different team. That was Steven Adams' team.
True.
Oh, Gary Harris, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was
So
Gary
from the
Harris.
apparently worth a match.
From the Suns' perspective, what do you guys think of this trade?
I don't think I got one, but Chuck was happy with the TJ Warren contract. Yeah, TJ Warren got a nice contract, and he's now shooting threes well. So, and Ken Faried off the bench gets you rebounds. So they don't really have many big men.
I think
His
that's fair.
3-point jump is actually like historic. It's nuts how much better he's got.
Well, Warren is also on one of the better contracts, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 million
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
an
so I would-
extended amount of time.
that's another factor. Like that.
10 million for this year, next for about until 2022, and
That contract is about 2 times more valuable, just because of the caps situation.
and how Devin Booker's extension kicks in next season. It's gonna
Yes,
eat into the calculus.
I don't think they got a terrible haul considering. Like, people forget the fact that he's on that crazy contract. Like, if he wasn't on that contract, then I would think differently.
I just feel like
Yeah.
you could another pick all young players, like maybe Scal. I know he sucks, but just take a chance with him.
Scala this year? I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Who
thing
knows?
with,
Take it
the
easy.
Nah,
with
Brad
Suns-
Scalabrine.
thing with the Suns is they constantly kind of like give up their veteran players. Like last year, they did the exact same thing with Mike Conley.
Yep.
And
I was
They got
part of
they got
it.
D'Lo out of that though.
yeah, but this
So-
time they're getting TJ Warren, which is, I mean, it's a valuable asset, but I mean, it's not.
They did already trade him. So
Yeah, you gotta think they're very non-committal, and for them, I think
Unless-
it's good that
unless
they
it's
have their
Devin
guys on
Booker.
long-term contracts, because if there was someone expiring, I think they might have lost those guys, but
Well,
for them, it's
you have
very lucky that
to
they're
remember,
restricted free agents.
the Suns haven't been doing much worse
Yeah,
without.
they pretty much same succeed.
That's the funny thing. Chuck said that
Oh,
when
I think
one of the reasons why he let go of Jimmy Butler was because of the turnovers that he created, the poor play that he's had. He wasn't really fitting in, as he said many times. So maybe this is a Patrick Ewing case, like
they're
a theory
still,
that
they're still the fifth seed.
what's it called? Addition by subtraction.
yeah, they're tied with the 5th seed for Minnesota and Sacramento right now. So
I
they're
think
not.
the only part that they'll actually really miss him is in the playoffs, because like it's known that
Shut
like
people down.
star players on stream have an advantage. Like
Dude, they got murdered on stream yesterday. It was bad.
It was really
they don't
bad.
have a lot of offense. I think next season's going to be better for them if the players are tweaked in the game. Like D'Angelo Russell's gonna be crazy.
yeah, he'll be really good in next year's game.
Okay. Chicago.
Well, Chicago's out. This is not ideal to say the least.
Someone turn your stream off.
Dude, it's the cricket stream. Come on, man.
I'll mute it.
I heard something about Beal. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think they're talking about
That's
Beal.
me, bro. That's me.
Damn it, Killer.
Wanna fight, bro?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you talking about Bradley Beal? Are you
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
watching the
Bradley?
game, bro.
Turn the sound down.
No.
Speaking of Bradley Beal, the Wizards suck.
Yeah, wow.
Oh shit! God damn it! Sorry,
India losing by more, bro.
lost another one.
Now they're down 60. Yeah,
47, dude. We're getting pooped on. Yeah, we're down by 60 now. This is embarrassing. This is
Stay on
terrible.
topic. Stay on topic, guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Chicago now. What's up with them?
Talk about who?
I think I much back except for Jimmy Butler. So I mean, they're on the outside looking in right now, so they have to recover, or else Jimmy Butler's going to, I don't know, who has cap space. Where can
What
he
if
go?
Jimmy
Not a lot of teams have cap space.
Or you know,
What if
The
Jimmy
teams have
Butler?
cap space next to all tanking teams. Portland has a lot of cap space.
Portland? Yeah, I think I'd rather stay in Chicago than Portland.
Jimmy Butler sweepstakes is going to be huge this summer. I mean, even regardless if the Bulls make it to the playoffs, in my opinion, because there are 7 teams better than them in the East right now. Like, it was definitely better than them. I think they're right there with Miami, right there with Indiana for that 8th seed. But like, you look at Charlotte, Atlanta, Orlando, and then everyone else, and then the top 4 mainly.
Charlotte's debatable.
Come on.
I mean, I
They got
think
Kemba and Horford. That's all they need to say to be above this crew.
Kemba gone.
the Kings are better.
The thing
It's
is,
a different conference.
AG is
Kyle,
so
I'm sorry to say
bad
that.
in 2K.
Sorry, what's that?
I was just saying that the problem is
Oh my god! Someone
Holy
turned
cow.
off their dog. What the fuck?
I was just saying the problem is AG is terrible in 2K. He's super inefficient.
Who is?
Eric Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Harrison Barnes is not that good. Is he on the team?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the team.
I mean, he's okay on 2K.
He's all right, but like he's
He's
gone
inefficient.
down.
He's maxed out. He's peaked.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously for the contract is terrible, but like Harrison Barnes will come through like once every couple of weeks and put up like a 20, 25 point game, and otherwise he's around like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
And
You guys know.
Maybe he's better in stream.
Charlotte's over the hard cap. You know.
By 8 million.
Oh, they pulled a musical.
5 million.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they are over the 5. They are over the hard cap.
That's crazy how they're spending more than a little less than Orlando, but more than Golden State and OKC, right? Is Golden State over 5 now?
Golden State at 6.6 mil.
Yeah.
So they are over.
So the highest is Orlando.
Man,
Yeah.
I gotta say though, Charlotte's done a great job of at least showing extreme intent to win and create a winning contending-ish team.
The only issue is they haven't.
And I think the team has no future though. That's it. Just the future for the next how long.
And it really sucks just how good the East is at this point. Like just how stacked they are and how each of the teams in the East all seem to have a better future. All have a good future. Maybe except outside of Atlanta.
They have the bonus.
Brogdon too. They're in.
Oh yeah, they have Brogdon's bonus. Damn. Okay, yeah, no, they're not
CJ
bad.
McCollum's very young. He's on a long-term contract. 2 more years.
All right, take that back.
I
take that back.
I think Atlanta.
Apologies, Ebrensky.
He was just thinking of Melo. That's why he said that.
Yeah. Melo and Serge Ibaka is
Yes, sir. 40-year-old Serge Ibaka. Yeah.
40-year-old Serge Ibaka, 32-year-old Rajon Rondo. He's around there, right?
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Back to the trades, I guess.
So let's briefly talk about the Tristan Thompson trade.
What was I don't remember.
What's the trade?
There was anyone
All right,
else.
so Tristan Thompson went to OKC. John Henson, Ben McLemore, Sean Kilpatrick, and Micah Okafor in 2 seconds.
Well, I first just want to say I can't believe OKC traded away Ben McLemore. He was such an asset.
And Okafor too, man.
Kyle, how had John Henson been doing? I know that in his very beginning he had done well. He put up a good couple of box scores, but how did he do it? Was that the reason why you wanted to move him?
I mean, it wasn't anything like personal. It was just the fact
Oh
that
shit!
it's just the fact that TT is like playing really, really well with Cleveland this year and got his rating up to like an 81, I think. And so I looked at his attributes, and he has like some insane offensive, defensive, box out, like those kind of attributes are all in the 90s. And so I was thinking like our team is already like rebounding like crazy because we get Russ. Like Russ gets his 9 rebounds on the sim, you know, but then Love and Lowry and whatever still get their same amount. So adding TT like kind of just cemented us as the best rebounding team in the league.
Yeah.
But I think on stream is where he'll be like really effective because bigs are absolutely broken in this game.
Mm-hmm. And especially the strong bigs. Now, they sort of tweaked it a little bit, but it's not just straight up height this year. At least from what I've seen, like height is not the only factor. There's also a major thing on strength of the players, which is a little more realistic.
So yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I didn't really give up anything besides Henson, but
That's a lot of cap they're taking on.
yeah,
The next few
I was
years.
just-
That's the
I was
thing.
gonna bring that up. It's really just the contract and the fact that trade
18 and a half.
that
next
trade
year.
puts us into the hard cap as well for this year, and we're paying $2 million. So that means our penalty will only be $1 million. So it's really like not a huge penalty next year.
Did you pay it last year?
Team leader of the offensive end.
Oh, everyone's confused.
Did you pay the hard cap last year?
No, we were right under the hard cap by like $200K.
Do we have some sort of like negative for what the hard cap like going over?
Yeah.
No, so many goals for the hard cap.
No MLE the first year, which is pretty big actually.
Yeah, so the penalties are for the first year are no MLE and a 50% cap hit, pretty much like a dead contract of whatever you get over. So for
And
example,
no UDFA.
and
for
no
post-draft.
no UDFA, yeah. So since Orlando is the most at 8-some mil, they would have a dead contract of $4 million.
Orlando's almost at 10 mil, actually, right?
Oh, okay, well, whatever. They'll
What's
pretty much have like a Kyle Singler contract on their roster.
it's a bigger penalty, like if you do 2 times in a row, right?
So if you do it 2 times in a row, I think the percentage hit increases, maybe to 75 or something.
After the 3rd year, you lose a pick.
Yeah, after the 3rd year, we lose the pick. But like our cap situation is like kind of gets easier down there because Hayward's deal was in 4 years. It's only 3. Ooh, so it expires.
Mike just shit himself.
So it expires after next season, and Love has a PO this next year.
Yeah, a lot of expirings actually for OKC in 2021.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. But it's fine. We don't have to talk about like a Tristan Thompson trade this long. We can move on.
All right,
Dude,
moving on.
James Harden.
Yeah, we'll move on to the Harden trade.
Yeah.
So the trade is Harden for Tyson Chandler, Jason Tatum, Zach LaVine, and the Orlando 2023 first. So we can talk about this from Orlando's perspective first, getting Harden, and obviously I have to re-sign him this offseason.
Dude, I mean, Harden, that makes him a contender. That's just it.
Yeah, definitely does.
Especially on stream, it's gonna be lethal. Like
That's gonna be
Damon
crazy.
Harden's really good. They have Damon Lillard too.
and they're gonna have a good first round match. Orlando will probably play either like Philly or Boston, maybe Milwaukee.
Dude, honestly,
They're
Lillard
sweating
and
right
Harden,
now, bro.
Honestly, Orlando could move up to the find their way up,
They could, yeah, that's true.
like top out. Like this, top
Whatever
out
the
is
whatever
so
the 4-5 matchup is will be really good though.
It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal. this is horrifying. Like just plainly saying.
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
I know it was a little one-sided, but the Western Conference 4-5 seed last year, like OKC and the Pelicans were both like 1 or 2 games out of the 3 seed.
Yeah, it was so exciting that it was 4-1. Yeah.
Wait, in real life, or are you talking about, or in here?
No, in the NBN. So like,
Yeah. Okay.
pretty much
IRL OKC Jazz.
Yeah, they lost
OKC does a lot of losing.
4-2.
So who did OKC play first round? The Suns? No, not the Suns.
No. OKC first round. I thought they played the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they played the Pels. Yeah, I remember.
The Suns lost to Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh yeah.
That goes out on IT.
They didn't just lose; they got smacked.
Yeah.
Tap.
Karl Anthony Towns is forever haunting Chuck's dreams.
No,
Yeah.
it's Isaiah Thomas.
Playoffs. Oh no, wait, no, he's in the playoffs.
All right, back to the Harden trade.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I actually liked the return, and I know you're always gonna get like 25 cents on the dollar when you trade away a 96 overall, but like to get Tatum and LaVine on crazy contracts, and considering the fact that Houston is actually winning games because now they have more kind of widespread talent, more like 80 overalls in that sense. They set themselves up well for the future because now they have LaVine, Tatum, Capella, who are all like young, and they have them locked up.
But you gotta worry though. Could they honestly actually make their pick even? Could they be too good right now? Because right now they're in the tankathon. Could they be? Or you would think that they'd be in the tankathon. They wouldn't want to climb up.
Forget this season. I don't think they're trying too hard to even tank this year. I think just put into the perspective that Harden was gone. Like there is no chance he was staying. So if you had told me that my star player is gone and I could get Jason Tatum out of it, I'd be pretty happy.
No, I get that. Okay, so maybe we haven't spent enough time on that, but I was just saying, like, in the future, like will they be looking to continue making trades to get even worse now? Like truly tank out for the rest of the season?
I mean, who would they?
Pine isn't like that. He wants the Rockets to be competitive as they can be. It's like Tatum,
who would they even trade? Like, they don't have anyone left to trade.
Tatum is a
Gordon?
star, and Levine has a pretty decent overall. They could make moves to build a playoff basketball team. Surely that roster.
Yeah.
Capella is a monster on stream.
If not this year, then next year.
I mean, could they make it for this year? Still?
And I'm
They
sure
could. I mean, they're not that far out. I don't think Denver's what? What's your record basketball?
I think it was about 500.
Let me check.
Yeah. I think we're 500. Or
you're 500, 25 and 25.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
I mean, what did you guys think? Did you think Houston got fleeced?
No.
Definitely not. No.
The thing with Houston is that that basically Harden, it was very unlikely to stay. So anything that they got back was a bonus. To get such a nice package of young players means that their rebuild is not starting from just Capella. It's starting from very talented players right now. Jason Tatum, and Zach LaVine, who are both projected to possibly be all-stars. So
And the contract of Levine.
yeah, that's a crazy contract. So
It has a player option.
a team option.
Or a team option, the 5th year of $12 million. That's ridiculous.
That's nuts. That's a Curry contract.
That's just beautiful.
Yeah.
This is a good spot. I mean, after Ryan Anderson expires, they have a lot to work with. A lot to work with.
Yeah.
They're only 6 games out of the play. They could make a run at
30 games, 6 games. That's not. I'll take my odds.
And also, I don't like the theory that teams didn't know Harden was betrayed.
Betrayed? Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know he was on the block.
That was
you
the
have to
Wolves
announce
coach.
it. Come on, guys. Give everyone a fair chance.
No, bullshit. No, fuck that. No, he was on the block. Shit, I knew it.
What do
He
you
made offers.
They're 10th in the West. What do you mean? He's an expiring.
At that point, they were 14th in the West.
If this were real life, I promise you, ESPN, they would be riding that more than Anthony Davis. They were playing worse than the Pels.
No, they were just about there. I mean, Pels, aren't they 14th also in real life?
Yeah. So they're.
I mean, I guess the Pelicans' drop was much more recent, whereas Houston was always right in the bottom.
It's crazy because things could have been so different for Houston if FA went their way.
But they didn't offer a lot of free agents.
They didn't seem to care.
Will and Covington, they went without an offer from Houston, and that was a lot of their offense last year.
And I can't believe that Houston had bird rights on Lou Will, right?
Yeah.
So they could have offered him $9 million and probably have been pretty good this year.
Yeah, remember for Capella, the Knicks offered him max, and we have to call in. Everyone has to DM him to come in and accept the match.
No, the Knicks offered 22 mil, right? So it was a little bit below the
Capella,
max.
something like that.
But I don't think Houston offered Capella. Right?
Houston didn't offer.
The
You have to call in Pinion and say, please match.
It's because they had that new guy during the off season, right? And then he left.
Yeah, that whole killer Kyler crew.
Oh, the Kyler crew? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Kyler came back.
Houston had a good run last year, though. I mean, they went all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, they were real good last year.
I remember they were the hottest team in the league most of the year.
Yeah, they had they were 30-2. I'm pretty sure.
They were pretty much the Spurs.
Yeah, I mean they ended with 54 wins.
With a much better offense, what Orlando's level offense is in this league.
Honestly, on stream, I remember they were down 11 one time, going 1 minute, and then Harden hit a 3, Covington hit a 3, Harden hit another 3, and you could just see that those guys were never really out of a game. But I mean, they lost that game, but
Their team was their team was shooting like the best 3-point percentage in the league, but it was
Yeah, it was
like
crazy.
a crazy amount of attempts. And like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they broke the record.
you could
broke
look
some
at their
records.
player stats, and they had like random shooting 40% from three for them. It was just like they had like that insane 2K system cheese.
Yeah, I don't know why they let it all go for.
I mean,
No.
even this season, they did not have that bad of roster to get to where they
It was
were.
kind of barren though. Like their major free agency acquisition was CJ Miles.
Yeah, but again,
Yeah, but they
that's the
were worse
thing.
than Utah. They were worse than Utah.
Hold on,
Again,
because
they had Clint Capella, they had James Harden, they had Kelly Olynyk. I mean, these are Eric Gordon,
you're forgetting that they
and
acquired Robert Covington at the deadline. And that was like, didn't they give up like 2 firsts for him?
Yeah, they gave up 2 first.
So they gave up 2 firsts just to let him walk?
No, they were doing
Yeah.
I think they were doing a sign and trade with Charlotte. And Charlotte didn't get the bid.
I
So they
mean,
lost
either
out.
way, a sign and trade like isn't gonna work out more times than not.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at their things, that the only first round pick they lost is the 2020. That went to the Clippers.
Yeah, they
No.
didn't get. They never picked the pass draft.
They traded their
Well,
18 and their 2020, right?
Well, they got
No,
Orlando.
19 and 2022 or something like that. Let me check.
19 was with them.
Yeah, they have
Yeah, they have their
their
19. They traded their 18 and their 2020 and Covington.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
No,
makes sense.
for Covington. They traded like Sam Decker.
That's a lot for a rental.
Yeah.
Well, it almost worked out for them. Almost.
I mean,
Alright.
imagine if they had those 2 firsts and Tatum, Levine, the Orlando pick, and Capella. Like that would be a really nice start.
All right, let's move on to the next trade, which is another Orlando trade. Orlando gets Marc Gasol for Terrence Rush, Taj Gibson, and Frank Jackson. I found this trade to be very interesting.
I just want to say, Michael, I really hate you because there was a Marcus Gasol to Philly trade happening.
Ooh.
It was in the works. I really hate you for snagging this.
Who's saying that?
Really hate you.
Who's saying
Well,
that?
why would you trade for Marc Gasol when you have Joel Embiid?
Why not both together?
Okay, that's just,
Like
You
that's,
don't
know,
trade
but
KCP?
that's
I
literally
feel like
what's
Marc
happening right
Gasol-
now.
I could not figure out Marc Gasol in 2K.
I know
Now
it
could
sucks
bluff.
now though. I hate it.
That's literally what's happening right now. Marcus Gasol and Steven Adams are playing together. Marcus
Yeah, but
Gasol
both your trades
is a
suck.
power forward.
Listen.
Pardon?
Well,
Were
the
you
real
gonna trade
question.
KCP? Were you gonna trade KCP?
In this one, I think he was moving. Yeah.
Yikes, dude. Micah, you messed him up. Dude, imagine Batum and KCP on the same team.
Why is
No.
Marcus Gasol being traded for so cheap?
Oh, because he's supposed to 2K apparently.
I didn't have
He's not,
to.
for me, Bluff
Huh?
and Dallas. He sucked. So I don't know. I mean, I think he's been pretty good for Michael so far, right?
Because he's playing a different position.
Yeah, he's been pretty efficient so far.
Only a guy. That's how he did with Dallas.
I mean, he's also like the third option now, right?
Yeah, he's the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you gotta see.
I really do think that this year's 2K made Marcus Gasol defensive, like really bad on defense. Actually, for some reason, I don't know, just because of how bad Memphis was last year and the fact that Marcus Gasol was playing so many of the games last year. Because you see, he was playing terribly on first in Memphis, and then went to Dallas, and all of a sudden they shit their bed because they stopped playing Dwight Powell. I really do not think that it's because they stopped playing Dwight Powell. It's more or less that Marcus Gasol started taking his minutes away.
I think it's more that all the teams that were pretty average fell down to earth.
Possible also.
I mean, the Bulls, Mavericks were both top 4 seeds. Now they're both out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the what's it called? The Dallas head coach of the year.
Yeah, so
that
much for
that kind
that.
of.
Well, they said it was
sorry.
his to lose, and he lost it. So
Yeah, maybe Denver.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's Denver's. No,
Actually, no, maybe the
probably
Kings,
Sacramento, right?
Probably
Yeah.
Nah, it's Sacramento. Sacramento needs to be
Uh,
something in this podcast. We need to give Sacramento to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably San
let's
Antonio.
move.
I think San Antonio. I mean,
Well, oh yeah, that's true because they're like in another world.
Kings are trash.
but I don't want to
So-
give Tem an award, so I'm gonna put him second place.
Yeah,
It's bad for his ego if he wins something like that. It'll turn into musical. It's already like coming. You can see it when he types.
Nah.
I'd like to see him lose.
Next
to the
time he
Eights
gets into an argument with Nelson, be careful. Just like watch.
Nah. Tam's chill with us.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's move on to the most recent trade, which is the Pelicans-Lakers trade. Nikola Vucevic a second for Nikola Mirotic, Sean Livingston a second, and a 2022 first.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Negotiations.
for a
are
rental.
So this is the mistake I made on the tweet where I said he was going to the Lakers.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't know that.
So what do you got from the Lakers' perspective? What do you guys think of trading Vucevic for Mirotic and Livingston?
I have no fucking clue. This doesn't make any. Like,
Thanks for your insight.
At the same time, makes sense, bro. How does it not make sense?
I guess in the what's it called, the salary cap, yeah, it's nice, but what does Mirotic offer that Vucevic didn't already?
3-point shooting.
Pardon?
He shoots threes.
3-point shooting.
That's not
the
what
difference
Vucevic
is
didn't.
he's a power forward and Vucevic was a center.
Yeah, I mean,
You already
Mirotic
have
can
Julius.
stay-
You have Julius Randle,
Yeah. But Mirotic
so
shoots threes.
Mirotic is your backup.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Lakers. Okay.
Oh my Jesus again.
He needed to get rid of Vucevic to get Ayton his proper time.
True.
But then you essentially don't give Mirotic his proper time.
Yeah, but Mirotic is a less important player.
Ooh.
Mirotic, Vucevic is an 86 overall, right? And DeAndre Ayton is an 83 overall, and he's the number 1 pick. So at this point, what we wanted to do is, we want to play both of them long minutes, but they play the same position. It's hard. So Vucevic is on an expiring deal. We had our extension denied, so we shopped him around, and there weren't a lot of takers. If I'm gonna be honest.
No, what did you offer him for an extension?
Like 16 mil,
How many years?
3.
He should get the max. He's killing it in real life.
How is he gonna give him the max? You can give him the max if you
He's
want.
not giving the
Like,
max
the
here,
offseason,
but-
you can give him the max.
Yeah,
See, like,
give
I
him-
don't this proves the idea to move Vucevic, but I just did not understand all was to bring in Mirotic. Like I get that he's a different position, but then the one position that you didn't really need another player was like.
I
was
felt
arguably power
like
forward.
they should have gone after or something. You know, I don't know. Aren't they playing Covington at shooting guard?
We have been playing Covington. We recently did a lineup switch. I think like the first half of the season we played Covington at shooting guard.
And who you got now?
Ingram.
Oh,
But
See,
Covington's
but I-
been starting all year.
yeah. So I felt like they could have used a shooting guard, someone who can.
Shooting.
mean-
There's a market for shooting guards, and there are shooting guards available, right? But sometimes you can't trade for them because of their contract.
True. You could trade Garrett Temple for that.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So how about from the Pelicans' perspective, getting Vucevic here?
pretty solid. Like,
I think for them it's cool because AD gets to play his natural position at power
preferred
forward.
position.
Sure. Yeah. Preferred position at power forward. And now that if they want to do that, they don't have to run Aaron Baines at center. They can run Vucevic, who's a much better offensive option. So I
And
think
keep
this,
Baines to the bench, because otherwise, if he starts, apparently he takes 15 shots a game.
yikes.
I think it's a pretty big pickup for the Pels.
Yeah, and you can sell that also, re-signing him.
I mean, they've been the second best team in the league so far this year, so I'm clearly doing something.
And I think it's another good pickup that they made prior to this trade was picking up was releasing Reggie Bullock from his I'm
Speak.
I know I can't think of the word. Being locked up essentially in Atlanta. He wasn't playing for some reason. I don't know why Aronski wasn't playing him. And he's a good 3-point shooting wing that can also play some defense. Gives him another shooter. I think they really, really looked out with these two trades. Falcons.
Yeah, Bullock's going to be a huge help. I mean, they already, like, if Anthony Davis gets doubled, like, that's just so scary on stream.
Yeah, they got a lot of options. They got Drew Holiday, Paul George, Anthony Vucevic now, so it's gonna be a scary option. Some scary options for them there.
Well, it's kind of weird because those guys, Avatar's pays attention to Pels, and they're of the opinion that Drew Holiday is a shooting guard. But I think now their best lineup has him at point guard, which is, I think, a little interesting roster construction there.
I mean, Drew Holiday did start his career at point guard.
Oh yeah, but I mean now.
He only very recently moved to a shooting guard.
Yeah, but he's played better at shooting guard.
Yes.
So let's talk about the playoff races. I mean, if we don't have anything else to add on that trade,
Yeah, I guess.
we could talk about. Let's start with the Western Conference. So I mean, right now, obviously, San Antonio and Pelicans have kind of ran away, but then you got Golden State and OKC at 3 and 4. And what do you guys think? You guys think anything's changed, like in the West playoff race?
I can't see the Warriors dropping below the 3rd seed. I just don't see it happening.
Nah, I mean they're coasting.
But still, I mean, what?
Yeah,
they
KD
were
doesn't even
sixth.
play like 30 minutes a game. Look at stat, like 32 minutes a game. KD and Curry are playing 32 minutes a game on stat sheet. I'm like, what? That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, last year they were 1st seed. Now they're 3rd seed, but I think they can pick it up.
I think this is the appropriate time to really, really praise Sacramento for the fantastic job they've done. I think this has just been because they started the season pretty poorly. They were like 3-10 or something. They were pretty poor to start the season. People really thought that team was going to just go about as bad as you thought they would. But somehow they fucking figured it out.
Yeah,
I mean, their best players are Andrew. They're starting lineup like
it's Nurkic.
Yeah, Nurkic is really, really kicked ass. I mean, Dennis Smith Jr., Bogdanovich, the young one, DeMar Carroll. I guess they're 4. Or no, Andrew Wiggins would be a 3. The 4, I think, is Michael Porter Jr. and center is Nurkic, and I guess you're bringing DeMar Carroll off the bench. We're switching Porter and
They got
Carroll.
Josh Hart off the bench.
Carroll's coming off the bench.
Okay, Carroll's off the bench. Then Porter Jr. is the power forward, and your bench is. Did they just get Dellavedova recently?
No, they've had.
Didn't make any trades. Or did they?
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then they had Dante Exum, Dellavedova, Josh Hart, and
Davis,
DeMar
man.
Carroll.
Daniel Tice.
this is just such a team. I cannot
Can
believe.
you please explain what that means?
I mean that I cannot believe this team is in the playoffs right now and looking to actually climb up into the top 5 now. It's like possible.
Yeah, it should be interesting what they can do in the playoffs. Probably nothing, but we'll see.
Or anything on the deadline. Could they make a move at the deadline?
That's true. Do you guys? Who do you think they could trade though at the deadline? What do you think they'd do?
I think they're gonna wait till free agency.
Yeah, they
Miles
do seem to be.
Plumlee.
They seem to be content with just waiting for the their guys to develop and drafting more guys. But I mean, they're making a push this year, probably before anyone expected, really.
I mean, the only thing they could possibly think about is just trying to clear cap space, like their dead contracts. Like Miles Plumlee's a pretty dead contract. That's really about it, honestly.
It's not pretty dead. It's really dead.
No, I'm saying like that's it in terms of their bad contracts. Even that's.
Deldova.
Fuck you, Wonder. God damn it. Destroy my pick.
So,
Deldova, he's pretty bad. He's a pretty dead contract.
yeah,
That's 21 million right there. 22 million.
Look, for the Kings, I think they have some trials and tribulations ahead of them because I mean they're coming off games against Clippers and Grizzlies and Raptors and Nets, and now in the schedule they have Sixers, Spurs, Suns, Nuggets, Warriors, Thunder. So now their schedule's getting harder. It'll be, I think now they're at their peak of the season. I think they're still like well within the playoff race regardless of the schedule, as long as they can keep up their steady play. But it's I think it's far from locked up.
I think top 8 teams in the West are set. Sorry to cut you off.
Theoretically speaking, I mean they're right there to move to the 5th seed. On the flip side, if we said that Houston could catch up to Denver, if we put that out there, there's also Dallas is only 6.5 games outside Sacramento, so you could say that Sacramento could actually just completely fall off a cliff. And
Memphis as well. They're only 5.5 up.
Well, 5.5 of the 7th seed, which is Sacramento. And
the
weird thing about Sacramento's record, they're much better on the road than they are at home. Like the only team I think I've seen this from otherwise is the New York Knicks, who only won 1 game at home.
Small victories, man.
They hate playing in Madison, apparently. But yeah, no, Sacramento.
Their fans are probably throwing crap at them.
The Kings are 12-13 at home, but 16-10 on the road. That is a fantastic road record.
Yeah, as opposed to the Lakers, who are 15-13 at home and 5-18 on the road.
It's been tough on the road.
Or me. I'm pretty sure I'm also under 500 on the. Yeah, 12-13. But 21-5 at home. Hell yeah.
Get the East now, right?
So in the Eastern Conference, we got there's a lot of top 5 seeds are all within 4.5 games. You got Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Boston both a game and a half out of first. Philly 3.5 out, and Orlando 4.5 out. And then after that, you've got Atlanta, who's 6 games out of first. Atlanta's been very quiet, but they've been doing well to just keep a steady pace. They beat Sacramento today, I believe. Charlotte is 8 games out now. They've fallen a little bit. And then Indiana's been on a run lately, and they've hopped into the top 8, passing Chicago, who is now down to 10. Got passed by Miami.
And Washington also is on a losing streak of 4 games.
They're freaking irrelevant.
They've become irrelevant with this losing streak, I think.
They were irrelevant all season.
They could have creeped in. They could have creeped in. Now, I think there still is a big chance of them creeping in.
They could, but I don't think they will. I mean,
That's the point. I mean,
How
only
many players they have on the roster? They have a lot of good players on the team.
exactly. They're only 4.5 games out of the 8th seed.
yeah,
Whether or not
they
they
are.
will, that's
Yeah.
the great question. But,
They got a few teams to pass, though.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, Miami, Indiana. Whoa. I mean, you can do it. It's possible.
I mean, yeah, but the way Indiana's been playing, they're on a run. So,
Are they going to keep
Okay.
Kyrie? That's the question. Are they going to trade him or keep him?
they said Kyrie's not on the block. Everyone but Kyrie was on the. So-
I think he either goes to Atlanta or he stays. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Trade him to Atlanta?
Yeah,
What? They're not trading him.
we'll see. That's what I'm saying. It's either he goes to Atlanta or he stays. That's
interesting.
That's my
I don't.
prediction. From
What
what
does
I've
it
heard
then
from my
have?
sources, I have
What
heard
would he? What
Oh
would they
my
get
God!
from Atlanta?
Sources.
something. There's a rumor.
CJ, don't tell me they're giving up. They're just taking on Carmelo Anthony
That'd be insane.
because they don't have any. They
I would
don't have
put
any first
that
round
one.
picks. Their pick for 2019 is gone. Their pick in 2021 is gone, and their 2020 pick is I have Philadelphia as a pick swap.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah, it's just a bad situation.
I mean, they kind of traded to compete this season, and it's kind of started off badly.
wait, who? Atlanta?
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about.
Indiana.
No, I was talking about Atlanta.
Oh,
Like I was seeing like the idea that Atlanta has absolutely nothing to possibly offer for a Kyrie pick trade. So
They have a pretty good shooting guard.
oh, I mean, oh, okay, okay, okay.
okay.
Yep. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Okay. That's an interesting trade. Because CJ McCollum has not usually done well from what I've seen in the box scores. He's been pretty inefficient from what I've seen. I mean, I have just from my basic idea. For
Yeah.
instance, I had that idea off D'Angelo Russell, and I was completely wrong. So
So what are you guys expecting at the trade deadline? Are you expecting big trades or?
I'm expecting a boomer, bro.
no eight team trade attempts like last year.
well, Johnny's gonna Johnny.
Let me take a look, bro.
Oh,
Is
Killer's
Kemba
here.
That's not a question.
The Harden trade already happened, but
Yeah,
that kind of counts.
we've had two superstars get traded.
Let's have the Wizards trade somebody, bro.
Wizards, I don't even know if they.
Let's get John Wall out of there.
Free John Wall. Free
Free
Bradley
John
Beal.
Wall.
No one wants to trade for him because then they'll have to deal with him as an FA.
Yeah.
He's coming off surgery,
That's true. Yeah.
so that's kind of a weird situation. I mean, he won't get maxed in here.
Damn, you're right. He probably won't get max.
He won't. He just had a terrible injury.
Can you imagine John Wall on like a $14 million a year contract for the next 5 years?
Nah, I mean,
3 years?
he'll get his 20 mil, but I'm saying he's not going to get his 30 mil.
Yeah, I think it's at least what 20 mil.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he win Defensive Player of the Year in NBN last year?
I think so. Or at least for his team, all defense.
Okay, what if Memphis blows it out, bro?
Second year in a row? Does
Wow.
anyone take, would anyone take Blake?
I offered on Blake.
Mm.
They don't want to trade him at all.
Like Detroit.
They did trade like 4 first-round picks for him.
Yeah, and that's why they won't trade him.
Are the Raptors trying to trade Dennis Schroeder?
No, because they traded for him this season.
Should have
I don't
fought for
know,
him.
knowing they wouldn't win with.
Because they said they're shopping the players.
What did Memphis give up for to get back Mike Conley? Does anyone remember?
Portland.
Zero.
I don't know, actually.
Look it up. I will look it up. It's in the first draft weekend, right?
Anybody going to trade for Will Barton?
I don't think a single team is off.
This is the trade. It was Conley for Chandler Parsons, Deontay Davis, and Detroit first from 2018, which was around pick 20.
Wow.
So,
Bad.
and Memphis got a 2022 first. So, I think I just don't know what he was doing.
I don't know. Is Abel even alive? After he got sucked? I haven't seen him at all.
He was.
So wait, is who alive?
Abel.
Abel. Did I say
Abel? Oh, in a while.
I haven't seen him since he ate the sock.
Yeah, no, me neither.
He's been a little bit more around since.
Yeah.
Seen him a couple times.
All right. What else do we need to discuss on? Extensions? The teams that have signed them?
Yeah, let's talk about those.
We have to re-up them. We have to re-up the committee members here. Huh?
Yeah, we do. Shit. We can't talk.
Well, I mean, I guess
Who are the committee members?
they can ask us questions about.
Committee members are Cheppy, K-Man, I think.
And me.
Yes.
Yeah, and basketball. So, like, if you guys want to ask us questions about, like, how our negotiations have gone, I guess we can go from there.
Yeah, bro. Who rejected?
We can't say that.
Say that.
Yes, bro.
Give us better questions than that.
Killer.
Yeah.
Did the Pacers offer Kyrie?
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know.
Use your best judgment on that one. These are shit questions, man. You suck, killer.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We rejected Karl Anthony Towns.
We rejected Andre Iguodala.
We rejected Steph Curry.
Are you guys gonna reject Oubre?
Yeah.
I mean, we already discussed with you over that one.
I mean, Oubre's gonna get a max in the offseason, so I don't know why you would take your $8 million offer.
All right, let's do some quick.
Dangerous.
Let's do some quick predictions before we wrap this up. Who's going to be the MVP?
LeBron.
Jokic.
Westbrook.
Jokic.
No, not Jokic. You serious?
I think Denver might climb up a little bit.
Probably Giannis.
Giannis isn't even in the top 5.
He doesn't play them enough. Look
Yeah,
at the
C4
top.
doesn't play his guys.
I don't know, man. It'll probably be like Russell Westbrook or something.
Wait, who's number one right now? Is it LeBron?
LeBron, you dude.
Yeah, I think he might stay there, actually. Now I'm backing off my Jokic. He's going to stay second, but I think
Jokic can win
LeBron.
MVP at like 8th seed.
We'll be 7th. Or if you push up to 7th.
Nah, you just promised. You just promised playoffs. You didn't promise that.
Yeah, that's true.
If
I
Russ,
think Denver would need to move up to like fifth.
They'd have to be at least
Yeah.
4th seed.
5th or 5th?
Or
Russ-
at least fifth.
Too much
if
work.
Russ gets the 3rd seed, will you guys vote for him?
Oh,
I'll vote
right.
him,
There's a
like,
give our own vote.
yeah, I think I will vote for him actually.
Who?
Every other team has multiple All-Stars, so That's what you.
Wow.
Who we talking
And
about?
OKC doesn't.
Don't try to tell Kyle that Lowry's not an all-star.
What's next? What's next for MVP?
Where's that?
If you ask Cayman, he'll tell you he's an all-star. He does the box scores.
All right, so how about Rookie of the Year?
DeAndre. Never mind.
Isn't it
Kevin Knox, probably. It's probably Luka.
Kyle Kuzma.
Nah, Luka had a bad.
Kyle Kuzma? Yeah, maybe.
I'll vote for him.
I mean, he does look like Ben Simmons, so. But
Yeah, you
no,
I'm voting Ben Simmons again.
No, but Luca did have a very bad first month. I remember that. I remember very well.
He's on the Clippers.
Who else is there? What's Ayton doing? He's doing well, right?
Right now, right now it's Doncic, Bamba, Ayton, Knox, and Bagley.
Really?
Aiden's
I'm
stats
just
are only gonna
number
go
one.
up, man. Aiden's stats are only gonna go up. He's been playing limited minutes. Now he's unleashed. He's gonna start averaging 20. See, boys.
Yeah, I think Aiden's gonna win.
You'll see. But second place we can give to Doncic.
Okay,
And,
Doncic.
Knox or something.
Prove me wrong.
We'll see.
Or I guess he's improved a lot.
What's next?
I mean, just, Defensive Player of the Year.
Gobert.
Gobert. Defensive player of the
Go
year?
Bees.
No, probably like I don't know.
I think
you have to look
Probably
at the team defense.
why? Because he's number one
It's,
seed.
it's Kawhi or Anthony Davis. Nobody knows.
Right
I
now,
think
Probably
why?
Anthony Davis.
right now the rankings are
Anthony
Anthony Davis.
That's
Right now
the
the rankings are Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, Giannis, Ron.
Yeah, I don't care. It's still between Kawhi and AD.
It's AD.
Yeah.
It's the Depot goes to AD. That's just it.
PG-13.
He'll have better stats, yeah. I guess.
I'll give it second-ranked defense. team.
Ah.
I think we passed them.
Really?
Okay, who's next? What's
Yeah, Boston's got the no. San Antonio's the number one defense, then Boston, then New Orleans.
six man?
Six man's a crapshoot. I mean, I guess
Buddy.
Coming off the
Buddy.
bench.
it's Barton right now.
Buddy.
Yeah, it's probably Barton. I mean, Barton's
Bruh.
averaging 15, so
15,
Man,
5, and 5.
Yes, bro.
yeah, it's Barton.
Buddy's averaging 16.
OKC.
For some reason, Bagley's off the bench. Apparently, six man.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can't. Where are they gonna play him? Center?
Yeah, you're right.
But he's not gonna win it. I think probably it's gonna be Will Barton. I don't know if shouldn't they start him though, because you would have to play small forward for them, right? They don't have another small forward on Detroit.
Miami's the only team that's near playoff contention that we did not touch.
They're just so boring. Like
Yeah, the Heat are boring, bro.
The Heat. Yo, what if the Heat got Vucevic? Would that have been cool?
that would have been boring too.
Okay, you guys suck, man. Whatever.
Well, I mean, give us an idea of the trade that might have been happening there.
Let's just say they don't lose anyone, except for let's say Millsap for.
They don't lose anyone. You just send them there. Okay.
Millsap. Let's say we get Millsap back and we send him Vucevic. What about that?
See, why do you keep getting power forwards? God damn it!
Dude, look, there are two positions of need on my team, and that's power forward and shooting guard.
So get a shooting guard. This Josh Richardson
Dude,
right there.
they're not gonna trade Josh. Have you ever tried to trade with the Miami Heat? If you want me to tell you
Yes.
the two most
Yeah.
unavailable players on the Miami Heat, it's Josh Richardson and Joe Harris. Not the Heat, the league. Two most unavailable players ever.
Oh, Harris.
Joe Harris and Josh Richardson. You can't get them.
More
It's impossible.
than Mark Bagley.
They're so good.
No, I know. I don't know about the Joe Harris thing, but I know about the Josh Richardson.
Dude, it's
Mike-
impossible.
Mike has been
Obviously,
very,
anyone would
very
want him, man. Look at his
obsessed with
contract. That's better than TJ Warren's contract. Way better. Everyone wants that contract. Are you kidding me? They're not gonna give it up.
Okay, fine. Maybe not him, but
I think I'm the only team that's made a trade with the Heat this season.
What'd you trade in?
The Rodney McGruder trade.
Darius Miller's over there.
Yeah, man, hell of a trade.
Damn. Yeah. No. Vucevic for maybe Winslow. Could you have gotten him?
Winslow and
what's his face? James Johnson. That would be solid.
Yeah, I mean, James could actually fit into a bench role actually nicely and wouldn't piss me off.
He makes too much.
It's $1 million.
All right, we got 76ers Warriors tomorrow. What do you guys think?
He's making TJ Warren money.
God damn it.
That's why in restricted free agency you have to go after Winslow. You can get Winslow. Winslow's the most available restricted free agent out there.
Yeah, why would you want him?
Because he's isn't he doing well?
He's doing well.
Justice
I
Winslow.
like Winslow.
Isn't he doing great?
He's doing well. He
I
picked
thought
up.
he was doing well.
It's fool's gold.
He's having a good year. He's having his best year. I think you get that guy if you can.
I mean, I'd hope so. It's his 4th year in the league.
Yeah, well, but he's only 22.
That's true. He came in so young.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're a team with cap
he did-
space like
yeah,
Detroit, Detroit has cap
No,
space.
I'm being harsh. He definitely has value, but teams are weird with their cap, dude.
Yeah, I think a lot
Think
of
about
teams get
Think
hung up
about
on
it.
max.
Think about it this way: instead of Detroit offering $22 million to Will Barton, they could have offered Zach LaVine $13 million. They could have offered Montrezl Harrell like $6 million. They could have offered. I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020, but all these players were like, even when those deals happened, they were cheap.
God, shut up, Kyle.
I mean, a lot of that has to do also with the rounds system that we had in place.
Yeah, but
Which-
the point is, Detroit had the money. Like, what are you doing sitting
They
there?
still have the money. They have like 15 mil right now.
And that was the point, but what if they do the same thing? They're going to pass up on talented RFAs that they could have gotten on cheaper deals, and then they're going to sell out and get 1-year deals.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing Detroit could do at this point is go for maxes, because they have it's a young team except for Aldridge, and that's why the Aldridge trade is kind of weird too. Just because their best players are young. Mitchell, Allen, Isaac. I mean, those are guys you want to see develop. You know, they traded for Giles too, and now you have Aldridge on that team. That's really weird. And for you to go into the offseason and have this mentality of, you know, we want to go big with our cap space, that's crazy. I don't think they're gonna do that. They have to go for those available free agents. It's about time they make people work for their restricted free agents, because outside of Capella and Randall, there weren't a lot of people offering restricted free agents last year.
Yeah, it was a job.
Gary Payton or Gary Harris.
Okay, and Gary Harris too, but like Levine, Harrell, Richardson, those guys all went without a lot of opposition. They just went under the radar.
Levine went without any opposition.
Of course. That's
I think
we did leave out one playoff team that we hadn't talked about apart from the Heat. Minnesota Timberwolves. We haven't talked about them at all.
no, Minnesota. Minnesota's doing hot right now.
I mean, they've been pretty good. I mean, they're one of those teams with Phoenix and Sacramento right now. Just kinda,
Yeah. But like the thing that we didn't talk about is that let's not forget that they were worse than Houston at the beginning of the season. Were they like 1-9? Didn't they start the season off 9?
Yeah, they started like
Yeah, they were terrible.
Yeah.
It's because they had like 4 players.
They
And
still have like players.
No, they have depth now. They have depth.
Yeah, they picked up Lance Stevenson from
They
Dallas.
picked up
at some point.
Siakam, Dotson, Stevenson.
Oh wow, Siakam.
Dotson, dude, they picked up good guys, you know, guys that can play minutes, guys that can develop. That's more than they had, where it was like a barren wasteland outside of Lowry and Karl Anthony Towns.
It was like IRL Detroit.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of was. Not gonna lie, but now they have a ton of picks. Well, they have a ton of picks. A ton of picks.
Did they?
Ton of picks.
Oh my Jesus!
They got a lot of
Do they?
They got a lot of stuff. Minnesota's set up very well. They got Kyle Lowry on a team-friendly contract, and they got their young star locked up for years. So they have a lot working out for them. They just have to keep going on this way.
But they just all they needed was James Harden to get blocked. They would have been.
I mean, for them, they're good because their restricted free agents are guys that teams don't really look at, so they can pretty much have them for whatever price they want. They could probably
Stanley
offer him,
Johnson, Tyus Jones.
yeah, they could offer him like $5 million and
Might
probably
get
get
a
him.
little bit of look, but yeah, no. And most of the players that do have under contract or like have team options next year. Damn, Pat
But they have Dang
Siakam
and
has a team.
Mahiri though.
Siakam has a team option next year. God damn. Yeah, solid squad now.
Yeah, but I think for the Wolves, a lot of their success is going to come next season because they traded for Siakam this season, but his tendencies and stuff like that haven't really been updated in the game since it was his breakout season this season. So in the game, you're not going to see him put up as impressive stats, and in the streams as well. But I think next season you're going to see Minnesota just blow up in that regard.
Like, that is definitely a
I think
impossibility.
it's 2 years from now. They have Mahimi, Dang, and Hood under contract, and they don't contribute anything. That's $40 million wasted.
It was
between
Hood
those
a
three
starter.
players.
Yeah, Jang is still there. He's going to be on the contract until
Yeah,
after 2021. Jesus, that is terrible. That's an IRL contract, right?
it's the old contract.
Holy shit. Minnesota. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then. That's a lot of money.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else
that
to
was
talk
good.
about?
And let's just end on Gorgie Jang's.
Yeah, Gordon Chang. I mean, he was. I think just had to move on from that topic because he's such a alluring player. I know that Minnesota's received a lot of offers for him. KCP, Miles Plumlee, but they want to hold on to him. They see real potential in that guy. So that's off to Minnesota building a playoff team. I guess we'll sign off. I'm gonna stop.